you wondering why your podcast is not growing? I will tell you 5 reasons today why your podcast is not getting the results that you hoped for. I'm Brandon. I co-founded a podcast agency, and we've helped lots of people launch, produce, and grow their podcasts that have produced real results. Basically, we have seen a variety of things that people do collectively that I think equates to their podcast just tanking and not ultimately having the best growth. And so let me dive right into this video and get into the first reason why. The first reason, I feel like it's pretty obvious. You have no structure to your episodes. Think about whenever you have been in a classroom, the teacher always has a lesson plan, the intro, the middle, and the end. There's a structure, there's a lesson plan, there's something in place, you know what you're doing. You're not just gonna go and ramble on and on and on about nothing. So the podcast episode should be the same. You should have a bit of structure, but still leave room for like a conversational flow. So ultimately, give your episode a little bit of a structure and you should be set. The second reason is that you're not posting the clips, the short form clips. For example, you have your long form episode. Let's say it's a 45-minute episode on YouTube. You are not cutting that YouTube video down to 5 or 10 short form pieces of content and putting it on social media, on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. These are all factors that help the growth of your podcast. And if you aren't utilizing short form content, you're not growing as fast as you could be. Another reason why your podcast is not growing is that you're just simply not asking people to share it. Think about your friends and your family, coworkers, all the people in your life that you could potentially share an episode to and say, hey, it'd mean a lot to me if you commented on the episode, if you shared it, if you subscribe to Apple Podcasts where my show's listed, wherever your show is listed, and you'd be surprised what that community around you, the people that love and care about you, could do for your show's growth and your show's reach. Because your cousin, your mom, your sister, your coworker all sharing or listening to an episode is gonna tell the algorithm that people are liking this. It's gonna push it out a little bit more. So honestly, I've worked with tons of people and they just aren't asking people to share or listen to their podcast. So don't sleep on that one. That's a very easy one to do, is just share your podcast with people, friends and family, and ask them to share it. The fourth reason why I think your podcast is not doing well is the production value. Now, not everyone has thousands of dollars to spend on podcast production, quality cameras, audio, lighting, that kind of thing. And we all start somewhere, and starting with an iPhone and a simple mic is completely okay. But if you are shooting your video first podcast with an iPhone, I would just recommend getting some quality lighting, like position yourself next to a window, make sure the set looks really nice, make sure the audio mics are decent enough to where you hear yourself. I've listened to tons of podcasts where there's hissing in the background, you can't understand the host, the mic is all the way on the other side of the room, the lighting is trash. You really can't. It doesn't make you want to stay and listen to that episode and watch like a whole season's worth of that content. So if your lighting and the video, the quality, the audio, all of that is in place and it all looks and sounds very professional, looks good, people are gonna want to stick around longer, which helps, again, the algorithms tell people that your retention is pretty great for your episode. So it's gonna keep pushing your podcast out there. So invest a little bit in the production quality of your podcast, and I believe you'll see, the numbers growing. The last reason why your podcast is not growing is simply because you are not being consistent with your posting schedule. You're posting it on a random Monday at 7 o'clock, and then 3 weeks later, you're putting your episode on YouTube, but you forgot to upload it to Apple or Spotify on a Thursday at 9 o'clock. These platforms where you're placing your podcast, they don't know that you're doing a consistent weekly or bi-weekly schedule. So post consistently. If you're gonna post every week, choose a day. Let's say it's Monday at 11 a.m. Post every single Monday at 11 a.m. Same with your short form content, like your clips. Post those every single day at 2 p.m. or whatever it is. Just the important piece here is that you are consistent with it and you are not randomly posting 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, that you're doing it every week, you're doing it bi-weekly, or if you're gonna do it monthly, then you post every month on Monday at 12 p.m. These things are really gonna help YouTube, Apple, Spotify realize that, oh, this person is actually gonna post every single day at this time, is gonna help the algorithm push your show out to more people, and that's ultimately what you want. You've spent a lot of time and energy and money into your podcast and a lot of effort, and so you want to see growth, you want people to listen, you want people to engage with it. And so I think if you do these 5 things, you're going to see the numbers go up and people are going to be very excited because they actually get to see your podcast finally. If you're making these mistakes, totally fine. We all start somewhere. If it's a little overwhelming, you are more than welcome to reach out to us. We are a video-first podcast agency, full-service podcast agency. We can help you from conceptualizing your show all the way down to filming, production, editing, everything, marketing. So reach out to me at brandon@soundspired.com or get in touch, hello@soundspired.com. Send us a message on Instagram at Soundspired Media and somebody from the team will reach out to you. And we would love to just hear more about your show, how we can help, and eventually work with you.